Let that be.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the pregame show here on Islandstats.com. Bermuda versus Trinidad and Tobago at the Philadelphia Southfield Stadium at the National Sports Center. I'm your host, Earl Basing. Joining me are co-hosts of the football show, Andrew Griffith and Garrett Punchy Dill, who are live at the National Sports Center. Gentlemen, first of all, good evening. One of the things that we're going to talk about this evening definitely is the conditions. We know what the stadium normally does on a good day, but today Bermuda and Trinidad are going to be faced with a tough wind conditions. I'll start off with you, Punchy. The conditions. Who do you think it favors?
It's funny, Earl, that you should bring this first question to you. Actually, very good. Griff and I were just talking about that too, about the conditions. Who would it favor? And I think it would favor us. I think it would really favor us from the way we play. It would definitely. I just think that when I see Trinidad play, it looks like they'll control most of the games played through the midfield. They play ball about quite a bit, but Bermuda's direct play tonight might. I think it should benefit us. That's my assumption of that. I really do believe that if we can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then also going with the win.
Mm-hmm. I see Griff smiling. Go ahead, Griff.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, right? And I'm gonna disagree completely because we seem to have a problem with set pieces. And when you're whipping in a ball and the wind's blowing and you're not collecting it properly, and if they have a height advantage like they do in most games, then it's gonna cause problems. So the wind up here is like it nearly just flew over the video stand. So it's whipping up here. So I think the wind favors the team that is better in the air. And traditionally, that's not us.
Yeah. No, obviously, we know the wind's going to increase throughout the night because it's expected to get worse as the weekend goes on. Punchy, in your day, what are you doing? You going with the wind first, or you going to wait for the second half and see what you can counterattack with in the second 45 minutes?
See, I would take advantage of the win. I will go first with the win, for sure. Mm-hmm. I will go first with that and see if I can get on top of them, if I can score a couple of goals or one or two, and then, really do really good defensively in the second phase of it against the win. Mm-hmm. So I just hope. That coin toss will probably be for me, just like when it's cricket. I think I would definitely let the conditions favor us in the first half.
So this time I'll agree with Punchy because we got to get whatever advantage we could get first, and worry about whatever happens after that later. But, and I hope we can take advantage if we do get the win, because if we don't take advantage when we whip the win, we're gonna have hell doing it against.
Yeah, well, we know this game is very vital to both teams. Bermuda doesn't have a point. Trinidad have one. If both teams have any ambitions of being the second best qualifier, a victory tonight has to be on the cards for both teams. Looking at how Bermuda set up against Curacao in their last game, we know what happened against Jamaica in Bermuda, but then against Curacao a few days later. Griff, how do you expect Bermuda to respond following that game?
I would think I would hope that they're buoyed with a little bit of confidence from that game, because up until that, we waited a while before we got our first goal in this round, and we got another. So it's hopefully, and at one point we had a point, and then we lost it late. So I would hope that we carry on from there, and we don't, like the last game we said, we have to start early. Rather they storm in the beginning, find out where the most skillful player is. Like we didn't find out too late against Curacao, the former Manchester United player and he wrecked us. But then we got him under control later. So hopefully we find out where that danger is. We get whoever's on that side some help, and we make sure we nullify that player, and we weather this storm early. So I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah. Well, we want to bring in Ty Douglas, Dr. Ty Douglas, who's looking like he's ready for war.
Hands in.
Hey, I'm ready for war. Hey, are you ready for the war? You know what I mean? Are you ready for they tell me sport. My dad was talking to me. I've heard Dennis Brown say it. They actually say sport prevents wars. My dad said today, he was like, sport is a space where you go into war, but you come out and you're not injured or you don't lose your life. You know what I mean? So sport is also a healer. But for Bermuda tonight, it's wartime in the sport context. We need this tonight. And I'm excited to be on the side. I'm actually on the other side tonight. Last time I hit the other gates, I thought we would diversify a little bit tonight. I come over this side too. What's this? I guess we describe this as the eastern side.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes.
Good things come from the east. I'm a St. George's fan. I just want to say that real fast.
Okay.
I'm got a former skipper right here too. Look at his smile. He knows what time it is. Can I bring you in just so you can wave to the people? Come on, we got my guy. Come on, Groupie in the building. You know what I'm saying? St. George is represented, but we're all Bermuda tonight. Although I have a couple of Trini fans here who are willing to say hi to us. What's going on, Islandstats? It's your guy, Dr. Ty Douglas. Super excited to be with you, Earl Bates. So thank you for having me. Much love to everybody.
Yes.
I'm gonna be a little critical. They say real men wear pink. I'm looking for it. What's happening? What's happening over there?
I'm not
It's
gonna
Jack
hey, if that's the case, I'm already very clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, last game, Griff had on a pink jacket and
shoes.
now he's got on pink shoes. So yes, we're supporting the country. We're supporting the boys.
Absolutely.
Ty, you go grab some more people, and we're going to continue on, and we'll have you back sometime shortly.
To say hello, I have somebody with us. I got the great Shaquille Trot. Did I get that right? Come on, if you could just stand real fast. Come on, he wants to just wave to us and tell us what his feet on this side. Wave to the people. Bermuda Institute alum.
All righty.
To the people. How you feeling in the stands here?
Pretty good. Decent weather for us today.
Yeah.
Hopefully the rain will help us out. Usually these guys are a lot better than teams when playing the rain up here. So
Yeah. How was the walk from the car? What was the vibe? What did you listen? Did you listen to that new Burmy Love tune? That new Burmy Love track, by the way? Have you all heard that song by Kush Evans called Burmy Love yet?
It's been played.
My host over there, you look like you know what I'm talking about. This is a new song called Burmy Love.
Yeah.
If you ain't heard it yet,
They play it all the time in the clubs that we go to.
Yeah.
Still talking, man. What was the walk like from the car? How you feeling tonight?
Good,
Just to
man.
prepare for the night, for the match.
it's hard watching. I like being on the field playing.
Yes.
Support the boys.
Okay. We appreciate you. Listen, here's my message tonight. Tonight's not the night for fear weather fans. So I'm good if it ain't full. I need believers in the building. You know what I'm saying? I need believers in the building. Now, we want everybody, but if you're not a believer, it's okay. We'd rather have all believers and not full stands than folks who are just here in the fear weather. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a shout out. We got some Trinidad fans right here. They said it's okay if I say hello to them. I thought we'll be inclusive. Is that all right? Trini, talk to me. Talk to me, people. Man.
As long as it's not Gary.
Say hello to the people of Bermuda.
Hi.
That's all you got? Come on, Trini.
Hey, the daughters tonight. The daughters.
It's in Carnival.
The
Trying
daughters
to get
tonight.
things right. You know what I'm saying? So look,
Feeling good.
Burmy Love is an inclusive experience, but we are coming for the business tonight. But we wanted to make sure we let our Trini fans know we're glad to have you in the building. Good to see you all.
Yes, indeed.
Much love.
Glad to be.
All right, have a good
All
one.
right, Dr.
All
Ty.
right. Cool,
we'll
guys.
get
I'm going to
back
make
with
my
you.
way to the other gate to
Okay.
see what's happening on that side. Much respect, Burmy Love.
All right.
You guys
When I
Dr.
see
Ty.
you in, I'll bring you back in. Okay, so Punchy, obviously we're talking about that the last game against Curacao and how you're expecting these players to rebound from that, close to picking up a point. Your thoughts?
Hey, Earl, I tell you what, I think, again, I will repeat this again, starting good, starting well. And the first 10 or 15 minutes, statistically wise, first 15 minutes, we give away goal.
Mhm.
And against Curacao,
Set pieces.
and that's crucial. Even tonight, it's crucial for us to get past the first 15 to 20 minutes of seeing it. Now, as the game will wear on, as you've seen in most of the games that were played, even against Jamaica, the beginning of the second half, the first 15 minutes, and 50 minutes, we had chances to score. But my problem still we go back to goals that we give up too early, and then we start a fighting battle after 20 minutes. You know, especially in a competition of such prestige that we're trying to qualify for. So hopefully tonight, again, we start on the front foot. We make sure that those first 15 minutes we are very tight defensively. And
Yeah,
any chances that we create, we have to really look at really scoring tonight. And I think that will put Trinidad on a little bit of edge. Now I've watched somebody again watch the Trinidad against Jamaica. They weren't bad at all. They were in both, and they weren't bad. No, they weren't. But I still, if these conditions definitely will suit us tonight, and I hope, hopefully, is that we will take advantage of that.
yeah. I know. There's a lot of pressure on Trinidad's coach Dwight York.
Oh yeah.
With such a big nation like Trinidad, well, far bigger than us, and they only have 1 point. I know their fans and their country was hoping that they would be in the position of which Jamaica currently hold the top spot, but it hasn't been an easy ride for them. So tonight is a night where he will feel immense pressure, and especially if Bermuda start well and get on the scoreboard early, and then force Trinidad to open up, it makes it that much more of a challenge for them to come away with what they're looking for, the 3 points.
That man's won a Champions League with the greatest team in the world. He don't feel pressure. This is nothing.
I beg to differ. You know why? Because
Mhm.
when quote unquote he was with the best team in the world, he was playing. Right now he's on the sideline. It's a difference. It's getting those players to lift themselves up to what he done as a player, and
But
not every player could turn that around to be a coach.
His going from playing chess from playing checkers to playing chess. His moving the pieces now.
Well,
It's
guess what?
orchestrated.
I tell you what, he might be doing that, but he's only got 1 more point than us.
No,
And
Trinidad has a history of a real history of football.
yes,
You know how far south they are,
yes,
and I played. On the under 17s, I played against Trinidad teams, and
right.
they're technically have always been sound. I think they've been through some years. The last couple of years, they've been to some. They've had the way the football world has changed in generally.
Hmm.
A lot of people probably living overseas. Look, you would be interested to see who's still living in Trinidad,
Right,
who's playing for Trinidad. But I'm
right.
saying Trinidad football has always been technically sound, and I think that with that, with a lot of the players, you can look at the roster where the players are playing. I think with Dwight York, I'm sure he's under that pressure to still have that Trinidadian philosophy, but still have the results, which is very meaningful for him. I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
Um,
You can see Venezuela from Trinidad on a good day, so they have some
Oh
of that
yes.
South American influence.
Oh yes. 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 You can. But things ever since they qualified for that World Cup years ago, things haven't been the same on the field for them. Those World Cup players
On
are
on the
actually
on the on the field and in the administration offices,
right.
but that's another story and another show.
Yeah, those World Cup players ended up suing because they weren't paid what they thought they were. So there's been a lot of stuff going on.
Upheaval.
Yeah, with Trinidad and their football, but we're hoping that tonight we can continue that for them. With getting a good result. The teams are not in as of yet. I was hoping that they would be. We're just an hour away from the kickoff, just under an hour away from kickoff. So we'll keep an eye on when the teams will be announced, and we'll bring that to you. But when we look at players in our squad, if Dale starts tonight, this will be his 50th appearance for Bermuda. We have other players who have gone over that 50 mark, but it will be a special night for Dale. Making 50 appearances for Bermuda, that's not a small feat.
So in the context of things, though, is it is it a reflection that we use the same players more now than in the past, or are we playing more games now so it's easier for players to get to 50?
We're
Which one
playing
is it?
more. We're playing
We're
more.
playing
I
more.
think we're playing more. But obviously, we're playing more football than back in the day. Because remember, 20 years ago, you played the one World Cup qualifier,
Right.
and if you played a
Mhm.
friendly game in between every 2 years, then that was the national team setup. But now we're playing close to what 10 games every year. And if it's not 10 games, it's at least five. So when you start looking at the longevity of the players who have hung in this sport for a period of time, hey, it adds up. But again, that
So
would
let
outweigh.
me let me let me speak on that because I think it's part of the, I would say politely, the advancement of football,
Mhm.
less politely the cleanup of football. So in the last 10 or 15 years, it's the sharing of the money that's in CONCACAF that is
Mhm.
advanced football. So it flows to all of the countries. So a lot of the countries have had more money to develop and they play more games. So
Yes.
overall, CONCACAF becomes stronger if each piece becomes stronger. It's not
Mhm.
just 3 or 4 countries that are strong. So that that I think is helpful for us that we do get more games. Even now we see more broadcasting, and that money is shared with all of the countries instead of a few countries. So
Right.
overall, in CONCACAF, it's gotten better over the last 15 years.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just say the teams are in, and I'll bring you the Bermuda starting lineup. It is Dale Even Gould, Deniche Hill, Harry Twite, Dante Lavrock, Reese Jones, Billy Clemens, uh, what is it, Kazai Martin? Is it Kazai Martin? Yeah. Jair Parfit, Reggie Lamb, Ken Critchlow, and Nakeem Wells. That's the starting lineup for Bermuda. In goal for Trinidad is Smith, and they have Cardines, Cunningham, Henry, Raymond, Phillips, Ramden, Seeley, Yates, Spicer, and Garcia. That's their starting lineup. I don't have the first names. I would like to get the first names, but I don't have them right now.
Hey,
But
maybe that's the South American influence. They only have one name. They got some Pelés and Juninho's.
they better all go back to Venezuela. But Punchy, you've heard the. I'm going to come to Dr. Ty in just a minute. But Punchy, you've heard the starting Bermuda lineup. What's your thoughts on that starting team?
There's a few positions I'm questionable, especially in the middle of the park at the back. Don't take that work, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I went watch a game last week. He came on against Social Club.
Hmm.
Um, how many? What's the amount of minutes he's put in playing?
Yeah.
Which is it should be a cause for concern because anything that is played beyond him, uh, uh, even his mark and even the fourth goal. I'm gonna say that again. But he came on the fourth goal against Jamaica. Who was supposed to pick up the guy that actually scored goals? So the marking was atrocious in that last goal. But again, my question is that he hasn't put in. He's not been playing regular. So how are we going to set up to protect him? That would be
Mm-hmm.
my question because you know after a while playing at this level here and his speed and what you have to have now at this level, it's really questionable in terms of his inclusion. But then you're asking, well, who's the next person? Who else would you play there alongside of Dwight? Because I just think that again we have to start looking at that. Who's next in line for that position for Dante? And
Sure.
then that's really the other part of this other part of this is again set pieces. And again, when you look at it, and I've watched the game a couple of times, the goals that are scored against us, the marking, and just how easy it has been to score against us is still questionable. It still answers has got to be, like tonight. But Dante's selection, is a question mark about that, Earl and Griff.
Sure, sure.
Definitely.
So what happens if your center back is, let's say, not quite there or a little slower? What do teams do? They sit a little deeper to protect them.
Mhm.
So if Bermuda sits deeper, that means we're going to absorb more pressure. So that's a little. But again, if you don't have anybody to replace them and that height,
Mhm.
it's hard to replace height.
Well,
You can't coach height.
yeah. Well, again,
Yeah.
if you're gonna, it depends about the high press, or if you're gonna be a high press, my fear will be if you high press Trinidad tonight and they got
Can't.
their ball over,
They can't.
they're gonna beat, and the line, they'll beat the line, and we'll be in trouble. Which I saw also against Jamaica in the first 10 minutes. The balls that were put beyond the back four, we were in trouble early. So
Right.
it's a question of how we set up tonight, which is going to protect that particular part where we are vulnerable at, especially down the middle. I don't
Mhm.
think Harry White is that quick also.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he's not very that quick. No,
Mm.
he's not.
So what that could leave you vulnerable if a ball gets knocked over the top early. Bam, you're grabbing. That's a professional fall. If you fall that person, so we got to be careful on that. So we
Yeah.
end up playing with 10 men.
Yeah, definitely. Dr. Ty, you're back?
What's up, John?
Yes, gentlemen, I'm back. I was trying to come on when they were playing that new Burn Me Love track on the sound system. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I know you talking before. You know what I'm saying? I hope I know
You have a
guys
good
can hear
voice.
it.
You can sing.
Hey, listen, I can do, you know what I'm saying? The song, what it says. Ayo, thank you. You know what I mean? Knocky Wells will come knock at your door. You know what I'm saying? Tika Lewis and men like Marco. You know what I'm saying? That song's fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
David
yes.
and Andrew Bascom. If you want to know football, ask them. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm here on the Arboretum side, gentlemen. The crowd is lighter than it was last time. Remember last time, it was a long line over here. The line is making its way through. You know what I'm saying? People are streaming through. It's definitely not backlogged like it was last time. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. We got winners in the building all day, so I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? But the people are moving through. People are coming along. I believe the grandstand side, I know the grandstand side is sold out already. And so I'm excited about tonight. Tonight's going to be one of those nights, I believe, where it's going to create what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. Because there's a group of people that are home and it's rather based or it's been result based, and they're going to miss what's going to happen tonight, and they're going to wish that they're in the building. And we're going to have to tell the story. They're going to see the footage and the highlights, but it's nothing like being in the building. So I'm excited for all these Burn Me Love fans making the way. Burn Me Love, you know what I'm saying? Right? All these folks making the way because they're going to be able to say firsthand, I saw it. I felt, woo! We got a Burn Me Love fan right. I need it. And he's a 49ers fan too. My guy, Derek Henson. Talk to the people, bro. We're live on Islandstats. What are you feeling tonight?
To do it tonight, we have to.
Hey,
Backs against the wall.
come on.
Backs against the wall.
It's time.
Pressure.
Listen, talk to us, yeah. Big pressure in the words of Kaylin Castle. Yeah?
Yes.
But we're up for it.
Yeah.
We're built for it.
Pressure's a privilege.
Hey, by the way, you heard that Burn Me Love track. What you thought?
Nice. Kush did his thing.
You know what I'm saying? Kush crushed it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm on this side, Arboretum side. Look, crowd's making their way. It's filling up, lines backing up a little bit. It's not too late to come out and support. I'll see you tonight. Yep. We're grateful for those who have come. You know, I see some fans. Looks like we got some Trinidad fans making their way, as well as Bermudian fans. And it's just a nice little vibe. Definitely, not as full as last time, but again, we don't need fear of other fans tonight. We know that people also have other commitments, so we're not going to be disrespectful to their time or their other commitments. But tonight, I believe it's going to create FOMO, gentlemen. I said it first. I believe tonight it's going to create FOMO, where people are going to say, I wish I was there, right? You wish you were there. You may want to just come now. You got a couple of minutes to get here, to at least catch the beginning of it. And I see the Evans family making their way. They were here last time. I saw them in the same spot we were in. Spent time with them at Northlands today. Listen, I just want to give a shout out. Islandstats. I want to give a shout out to all of our young people. I had a wonderful day, an amazing day. I spent some time starting the day out at Northlands Primary School, and it was amazing. The young people were amazing. They loved the song. Left Northlands, went to, shout out to Nikita Robinson on Magic 102, 103. Shout out to her.
102.7.
102.7. Shout out to Sister Nikita Robinson. Wonderful interview with Chris Evans. Then made my way to Cedar Bridge Academy, where Dennis Brown pulled together this amazing panel with a group he calls Reach. It was phenomenal. Brothers who have spent some time incarcerated were sharing their story with the young men of Berkeley. And we also got a chance to not just tell them about the path they shouldn't take, but we vision casted about the path they could take in supporting their country. And so I was excited to see a couple of Berkeley young brothers. I asked them to come fill up the stadium, and they made sure they shouted us out. And we shared the song with them. And they're getting him telling their parents. I'm getting videos now, Punchy Deal. I'm getting videos from parents and teachers of kids like learning the song, doing the dance. So it's taking root when you see little children begin to sing Ayo, Shanky Danky Dank, Burn Me Love, right? Like for the first time, we're actually having to spell Shanky Danky Dank. I didn't know how you spell it, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to give a shout out to my 17-year-old son. He's
Team's
actually over
coming
there in
out right now.
California, right? But he edited that video, and so I'm proud of him. I went to Bermuda Institute after that, spent some time there as well. Phenomenal experience. In fact, let me do something. I need to show something to the audience real fast. I'm glad to hear. Listen, at Bermuda Institute today, I had the privilege of spending a little bit of time, not just with the students, but also with the Wendy Warren, who allowed me. This is an exclusive reveal. Look, the Marco Warren boot sample is here, gentlemen. The Marco Warren
All
Genesis
right.
boots. And so it's an honor to even just touch it. Our students at Bermuda Institute got to touch it, got to see it. There's a story, there's a legacy of a small young man in stature, but big in heart. That's what Bermuda's going to need tonight as they get the victory tonight against Trinidad. You heard it here first from the Arboretum side. We believe in
All
Bermuda.
right. All right. We'll get back with you in a few minutes. Yeah. So you know, the team, as you've indicated, has come out onto the field.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, the fans will be excited to see the guys that will go to battle in some 20 and 40 minutes for them. They'll have a warm up. They'll get the opportunity to test the conditions. But as we know, the stadium is the pitch up at the stadium is a fast pitch anyway. Having these type of conditions, windy conditions, is only going to make the football that much more taxing on the body. Punchy, you were talking about Dante, and the average is he lasts about 60 minutes. You know, whenever he starts with Bermuda of the last few years, only because he hasn't been playing as regularly as one would like to be in the sport. But then you got to figure out 30 minutes. But the problem comes is if we go with we in the first half and we get 60 or 70 minutes out of him, that's 20 minutes in the second half, then we still got to defend with somebody new.
But that
for the
whoever
remainder of
comes
the
on,
game.
whoever the new person is that comes on, it's one thing to come on if you're down 3-0. It's another thing
Right.
to come on if you're at 0-0 or if you're up 1-0. So it all depends on how the game is poised at that point.
Right. But you have, because you're going to be under immense pressure as defending for the most of that time. Your opportunities of making a mistake have to be limited to almost zero. You know what I mean? And as you know, as a defender, getting into coming in off the bench and trying to make an adjustment in the game is a little different.
Get into the rhythm and flow. Yeah.
As opposed to hypothetically a midfielder or an attacker, because you have that freedom going forward. As a defender, you don't have that freedom. You can't really put a foot wrong, and then it's communication. You know, as any team would tell you, you very rarely want to change your back four because they're the ones that have the communication with the goalkeeper right from the start. But if you're forced, now that communication is vital to get it right at the beginning, you know, whenever that substitution's made. So it's going to be crunch time whenever that substitution, or if that substitution is made, whether we're going with the or going against it, because it's all about, like you said, that communication.
Well, Earl, the other question, the other most important factor for this year also is who is going to score goal for us. Now, you look at the 2 goals against Curacao. They've come from wide players and one midfielder, Harford, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
Nicky Wells hasn't scored in this. And then you're looking at, hasn't scored in this tournament, in this qualifications yet. But then you're wondering, why not? You're looking at percentages of goals that are really played into his area. I think it was one time in the 25th minute against Jamaica in the first half, there was a ball cleared into him. And, that took him beyond the defensive line, but his first touch, and the ball went outside. Everybody was like, whoa. But then after that, where are the goals are still going to come from? Even like for tonight.
Yeah.
It would be nice if where are our goals going to come from again tonight?
Yeah.
And that's another question.
Yes.
From midfield areas, then you start taking off the names. Okay, set pieces 4. Are we doing well with set pieces 4? And
Right.
that's another question that's asked when you start looking at statistics of how many goals we have scored and how they've scored in the 2 games, the 2 previous games.
Right. One of the big things. Good, Greg.
So I'm surprised, because I thought Punchy was going to mention this thing first before you said it. But when we were watching, the players were going through a walkthrough before we came on air, and as they walked up the field, we noticed Billy Clemens looked like he was limping. So we thought, oh, he must just be here just in case. So when you said he was starting, I went, oh. So
Yeah.
he looks like he has a limp now.
He looked
Well, he walked ever since his injury. He's walked with a limp. Ever since his injury, he's walked with a limp.
Okay.
But the problem that I over the years, when we face tougher opposition with Naki up front by himself, it makes it that much more difficult for him to score a goal. When we have a player playing close with him, even when Cole Hall was playing close, because if you look at Naki's history of playing in the championship, right? He's done well when he's had a big striker.
A big striker with him, yeah.
Off, right? Somebody close to him that either wins the ball or fix it on or does something. He plays off of someone. In the system we're playing, Naki Wells is playing up front by himself. And
He's chasing lost causes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you saw that against Jamaica, where he ended up going wide. He ended up coming back because he wasn't getting the touches that
He's looking for the ball, yeah.
Right. So he went in search of the ball as opposed to the ball finding him off of another player. Now, it looks as if they have right up the middle with them, they have Reggie Layham. You have Parfit wide and you have Kane Critchlow. But these guys are Reggie, Parfit, and Critchlow are playing behind Naki. The way that it looks like they're set up. And, I would think take somebody like Parfit and put him nearer to Naki and let Kane play off of them. And because if you look at it, Kane Critchlow has been scoring regularly over the years for Bermuda. And so if you give him that free roll and then now we have possibly 3 guys who could score a goal, because remember, Kane and Jair were the 2 goal scorers in Curacao. So they're feeling good about this opportunity to have another shot at scoring against a big nation.
Earl, I agree with you, but it still comes all those questions being asked in the midfield area and the front, how do we really complement the key Wells?
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, very good point about when you look at when he's been playing the championships, who does he play? He's not an out-and-out striker. No, he isn't.
Yeah.
And so that's something that comes down to the coaching aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of how do you fix that? And I think there's against Jamaica, he's like a learned soldier up there.
Mm.
So do you think this campaign is Naki's last hurrah?
I would imagine so. I honestly think. Well, I have a suspicion that the game against Curacao will be his last home game for Bermuda. I just think he's been a warrior for Bermuda. He's done us proud. He's got another year left on his contract at Luton, and I think he'll be going on his way, working his way out. And I just think that game against Curacao would be one that I think most fans would want to see because it will probably, like I said, be his last
Tribute
one.
to him.
Yeah, be his last one in Bermuda. He's 35. Not saying he can't play. If he was playing local football, he could probably play until he's 50. But when you start, because Bermuda's in these type of international matches now, and he's playing at such a high caliber in the UK, the body starts to say, "Hey, look, let me, you know," and he's taking his share of licks in tackles and all that, all for club and country. So if anything,
He's not the same size as Kyle Lightboard and Sean Gooder.
right,
So it's
right.
just a smaller
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah, so I would if I mean, to be honest, it would be a wonderful sight to see the stadium packed for the Curacao game, as a thank you to somebody like him who has given a lot of his time, energy, and everything for his country.
Since you raised it, let's talk about the 12th man. As we said, Ron, as I came into the stadium, talked to one of the BFA officials, and they said online, I think they were at about 2,200 sold tickets, and the capacity for the Jamaica game, I think, was 4,200. So it's a marked difference from the first game.
And that goes squarely down to just how Bermudians are. We lost 4-0. A lot of people had a lot to say about the performance, and primarily, I'm not going back to watch that, but realistically, we're going to go to a place like Jamaica on Tuesday. That place will be packed, not just because they're leading the league, or the division. It's because they support, but regardless of where the club is, where the country is. When we go to Trinidad, there's going to be the same thing. Whether they're in or out, the place will be packed because they support. We have to learn how to support.
We're fickle.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
It's not the weather playing a part?
No, because the tickets would have been bought well in advance.
Well in advance, yeah.
So,
hey, so people go to G-Pass. Is it G-Pass? Go there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're flocking to G-Pass right now and buying 1,000 tickets. I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
I hope you're optimistic that Trinidad will win tonight.
Well, let's put this in perspective here. Like you said, the fickle Bermuda public.
Right.
They've already seen that it said so much what it was supposed to be the weaker team in this particular group.
Yes.
And you're losing your first two games, which is very important to get something on one of those games. And now you're in a situation where it's do or die. And I think, considering that you would think that for me, it would have been more, I would see more people to see exactly the support they need more. They need more support now.
Yes.
But it's not here. So what my thing is the mindset of the players, going to the mindset of the players, bringing prestige back to this country at the national level, which is most important, and show some real good willingness. Not that they weren't showing it before,
Right.
but showing, we use terminology fight, but that's one part of it. But we have to really tonight really show that we've been talked about these circles. We are now all the association people. They're all traveling around the world, and now Bermuda's in some of these talks now. So Bermuda is in some of these talks. So now it's time for us really to start showing up at these levels. And what the other most important part is, as a conversation, buddies. If whoever qualifies from this group automatically goes to the World Cup.
Yeah.
They could be playing against teams. They might be in a group with Croatia. Who knows?
Yeah.
So you see the opportunities for us here. But my thing also about this, even if we don't succeed, where do we go from here?
Right.
Where do we go? What
we
do we
need to
do from
be
here?
The goal is to be in this round again in 4 years' time. That right. Well, get there and then do better. But that has to be the goal from here on in. We need to be at this juncture one step away from the World Cup again in 4 years. And then if we're not successful there, again the next 4 years, but next time we have to make it. You know what I mean? But we have to be consistent in getting to this level on a regular basis. And that's where our football needs to be if we're gonna go further.
So if any 14, 15, or 16-year-olds are watching, hey, keep going training. You might be the guy, the next one.
And Earl, again, we're having the conversation about the future of the country. They want the young players, and I think we got you, myself, and Griffin talked about even on the show on Sundays. There's so many players that are overseas. But it's
Right.
in England. Some of them in Scotland. One or two. There was one person I met a couple of days ago on his job site. Well, not on his job site anyway. He was telling his son plays for Hibernian, and he
Yes.
sent me some
Yes.
videos. So the
Yes.
point that I'm making is that there is a future, but
Hmm.
how do you really, now that we know, like the under 15s, the under 17, it's paramount that the organization, the coaching is at a good level, so that when we start getting into these fixtures against the Trinidadians, against Jamaica, that we feel, we're arriving. I
Hmm.
don't think we're arrived there yet. Personally, I don't think we're there yet,
Right.
right? But it's most important to strive for that. And
Yes.
these
Yes.
organization, association, people clapping about it. Yeah, the direction is the football association's going in. Symposiums that are held. They have bringing more coaches coming in from overseas to
Hmm.
help with our development. But it's still it's important that we strive and we continue on in this, where we're going, in the direction that we're going in. And
So,
so, I'm sorry, go ahead, Griff.
so it's as we start to feel the first sprinkles. So if the field gets wet and it's raining, that's gonna add another dimension to the game because the field can be very slick and the ball's gonna skip and move, and
Yes.
that
Yes.
causes a lot of mistakes. And so we gotta be careful on that part of it. Once
Right.
the ball is wet.
Yeah. Um, I I had a conversation with some people a few days ago, even today. We were talking about the fact that when we lost 4-0 to Jamaica, um, we were the friendliest 4-0 losers because no one got a card. No one took a card for trying to just stamp out whatever was going on. And hopefully tonight players understand that hey, listen, we're gonna do something. If the flow is going against us, take the card for the team. Take something for the team.
There
Win
was a
something
little
on the
there
night.
was there was a little scuffle or skirmish in the Curacao game.
Oh yeah. Because
We,
we wanted to show
we
them
won.
that we wanted it. We wanted to be there. We deserve to be there. We've worked. This team has worked hard to get to where they are.
Yeah.
This level has shown them that there is another level they need to get to.
But
No,
yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Al. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, look at the result against Cuba to put us in this position.
Yes.
It wasn't only about. I think it was about winning the first tackles, and even when they won in Havana.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to
Yeah.
look at how that result was achieved. And
Yes.
Cuba wasn't a bad side. No, they weren't.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just think that the way they played, how they set themselves up, and the chances that they took.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they defended for quite long periods of time down in Cuba.
Yes.
In Havana. Yes, they did. And so, but can they sustain that against higher opposition? And I
Yeah.
think again, being hard to beat in your own country.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't want you to start taking rare cards to say, oh, what tough to beat, and you're four
Right.
guys sent off. No, being
Right.
hard to beat physically and
Mhm.
also technically about just how they're going to beat us. And I think that used to be one of our pluses. I don't think it's that way now.
Right. Right.
No, I just think that against higher teams, Honduras, go back to the Honduras, right? And against Jamaica again, and go back
Mhm.
to Curacao loss, right?
Right.
I think it's just you look at the amount of goals that were conceded, and again, and how they conceded. So it's very important to recognize that fact.
Yeah.
In our steps to going to what we're talking about for the future generations.
Right.
If I can remind us, it's a fine line between passion and self-destruction or chaos. We're just now fresh off 2 weeks from the skirmish, well, mini riot between North Village and Davison Coast. So uh, all it could take is one little extra, and it becomes something bigger. So we have to be careful with what we label as passion before it goes over the top.
Right. Yeah. I think the other thing that one of the things that we talked about, or we do talk about, is when players are playing at home, and they hear that mate of theirs in the stand telling them to do one thing and forget what the coaches have instructed them to do, on the field, that becomes a big problem because playing at home is tough, for especially for the Bermuda players, because we tend to listen to what's being said in the stands as opposed to what's being said on the sideline.
I want to believe national team players are beyond that.
Yeah, beyond that. That's what I was
It's a
thinking too.
it's a famous I think professional coach in the U.S. I think it might have been NFL. He said, if you start listening to these stands, you end up in these stands. So you gotta put that out of your head.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but we've
I
seen
mean,
but
you-
we've
yeah, but
seen
that's
just that.
normal.
Yeah.
That's normal, and that's a normal reaction.
That's-
You can hear you're not playing well. You can hear the booze. You can hear people. Oh, kick the balls on the field. Yeah, this and that. But then
Yes.
it depends on the like Griff said, going back to the players themselves.
Yeah, the
You know,
mentality of the player.
adjust.
Yes.
You to adjust to these occasions for this standard.
Mhm.
And if you're not, then I don't know if you should be at that level.
Yeah.
If you're not mentally, if you're not ready to deal with those, what's coming from the crowd,
Then you up in these stands.
then you're up in the stands.
Yeah. Yep. Deal with it.
Oh yeah,
That's life.
that's exactly it.
I listen from my days of covering football and being on the field and could hear what's in the stands and see the players' reaction. I know firsthand that some players do play for the mates in the stands and they listen to a lot of what people in the stands are saying. And I agree with you that it shouldn't happen, but in Bermuda, it happens. Trust.
I'll tell you, sir. When I played, I took my mother to a game once because I got distracted because she was like, look at the side. She's arguing with people that are screaming about me, saying, "Hey, these people, they're arguing with me." I'm looking at her. So it happens today. You can't come to any more games if you can't take that.
It's a mindset. It's definitely a mindset at the national level. When you get to the national level, it's a mindset. I mean, right now, if you look at the way the stadium is, the fans about 15 feet away, the newest one.
Yeah.
So you could probably hear their comments, but it's
Yes.
still a mindset for the players.
Right.
And that depends on the mental approach from the players themselves.
Mhm.
And it's very important to have that. And if you don't have it, again, then you're gonna suffer because you're gonna be start second guessing what your coach said, and you're gonna start thinking, I'm gonna play what the crowd is telling me to play.
Right.
Instead of and that figures into coaching.
You haven't played any football in your life if somebody hasn't shouted out that you're trash. So get used to it.
Yeah.
Let's bring Dr. Ty in one last time. We've got a few minutes, Dr. Ty. Doc?
Is there? Hey, Daddy, I'm
Yeah.
dancing with the combats.
I don't know what he's doing. He Dr. Ty? It looks like he's whistling. He hasn't looked on yet. He hasn't looked on.
You heard the combats
Yeah.
outside the stadium with them.
He's blurring something. Is he blurring something? Whatever it is, he's having a good time. He's having a good time at it.
Bartender, his habit.
Well, let me just ask you guys. Obviously, 3 points are here for the taking tonight. Bermuda definitely must come out on top. But what is the significant importance of how they could go about it tonight, Punchy?
Bro,
One lane highway or 2 lane highway?
Earl, I'm gonna tell you. When you come down to a situation where it's a do or die, which is that's what the situation we're in now. Yes, and then it depends again about it. Still gets down to certain aspect of the game, not giving goals away, the early goal away, defending well against set pieces. Don't get beaten by one ball over the top. And then it comes to then our attacking, who's up scoring. When those chances are created, they must be taken. They must be taken. And I think if we scored again, what we talked about it in the Jamaica game, I think if we score early, it puts them under enormous pressure. So he's already under pressure, and they
Yeah.
haven't really played that well. They haven't. No, they have played well, but the results haven't gone their way. So it's
Right.
important to be out. I think the pressure is really, when you come to a game like this, you're gonna say, you know what, man, let's really play. Let's really play. Or put all the inhibitions behind. Let's play. We have to try to win this game. Show the Bermuda public that we're ready to play at this level again.
Yeah.
Really to
Yeah.
get the result at this level.
Again,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
hold
disagree.
on, hold on
I
one
would've-
sec. Hold on one
yeah.
sec. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna bring Dr. Ty in. Hold that there. I'm gonna bring Dr. Ty in.
Hey
We got a
guys,
couple
hey
minutes.
guys, listen. If we had a Birmingham fan of the game, I've identified her. It's Miss Smith. All right, so listen, she came, she got her horn at a 50 cc level, but she actually modified the block. She's changed the sprockets, and now she's got like 150 cc. Let me let you see her. Come on, let's look at that. Come on, talk to the people. Islandstats.
Hi.
Oh my gracious.
Hey, I love us. I love us. I love the sound because that's the sound also of that cup match horn, but she's modified with the pink. There's no red. She put the Somerset down. You know what I'm saying? There's no blue. Even though I'm St. George's, it's all pink and blue tonight for Bermuda. And I love that sound. Thank you, Miss Smith. She brought it tonight because she wanted to remember and celebrate Dale and Dante, Leverock, for their 50th caps. 50th
Yes.
time representing Bermuda. And so, on behalf of that, could you just make that sound one more time for our guy? Look, Justin McHugh, my starting goalkeeper. He's gonna have a great night tonight. Dale E, 50 caps, and it's making. Hey, that horn she made, that horn, she did that for you tonight. She did that for you.
You let Dante and Steve.
That's us.
All right,
Tonight,
brother.
I tell you, no fear, rather fans welcome. No fear, rather fans. This is the standard. And if
Yeah.
you're here, you're one of us. If you're not, you're still one of us. But tonight, we need believers in the building, and we have one in Miss Smith. I'm signing out, gentlemen. I'm about to go and make sure we can just connect with the crowd real fast. But I'm
All
excited
right.
for tonight. Islandstats, thank you again. Birmingham,
Thank you.
can you tell us all one more time? That's what we're talking about. Birmingham.
All right. Okay.
Respect. Peace.
All right. Griff, back to you.
Yes, so I was seeing us in the process of disagreeing. I don't think we win a 3-2 game, a 4-3 game. That's not going to happen. I think we need to park the bus, defend like crazy, sit there and hope we knock one ball over the top, that the key runs down or somebody, and we get this ordeal and we sit back and defend for our lives and get out of there about 1-0. I think that's our, not being negative, our only plausible way.
Okay. All right. Well, gentlemen, the game kicks off in about 15 minutes. So I'll let you guys go, get your seats. Good luck to the boys from Bermuda tonight. You guys are there to witness it. And hopefully the weather does hold off until the end. And hopefully it's the W for Bermuda. All right.
So I can say last time when we signed off, Butchie and I had to struggle to find two spots together so we could watch the game. Hey, we're going to stretch out and find the best spot possible tonight.
It's not too bad tonight.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
All right. Well, gentlemen,
it's not
enjoy.
discouraging, but again, Earl, at the Bermuda public, I say, look, it's not. Sometimes when you're down and out, and this is where you need that support,
Yes.
But very critical. And every time a small country, yes, everybody says that, but please just keep supporting it. And then, yes, that's for me. That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
That's it. Well, we're going to go out to he's been talking about it all this time, so we're going to go out to the new Birmingham Love song. Enjoy the game, gentlemen.
Thank you, listeners.
Thank you, listeners.
Berman,
Put me up.
Berman love.
Hey, I get up.
Berman love. Everybody say, ew. Shank thank thank ew. Shank thank thank ew. Berman love. Let me hear say, ew. Shank thank thank ew. Shank thank thank ew. Berman love. Make me proud to be a Gumby. Ooh, we gotta make it one day. From playing ball on a Sunday to on a World Cup running. I just wanna see you move. That's all you gotta. pull up a tune and replay. Top ballers come from my island, let me educate like seaweed. Like, yo, first they start off with Clyde, the bestest. That man they started for all the rest is. From you feel it can ball and test this. From you feel it can, my gosh, yo. Then we move on to Shani the goat. If you don't know, remember the quote. Feet the goat now when you see a score. Raise your hand if you want to some more. David and Andrew Bascom. If you wanna know football, ask them. Caroline Bondman like Gunner. Next thing you know, the team is everyone up. Reggie Lemon, I told you before. Knocky Wills will come knock at your door. Zico Lewis and man like Marco. Them man, they play with them hard, but move. That's all you gotta do. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you move. When are you win now? You ain't never lose. Everybody say, "Ew, shank tank tank, ew, shank tank tank, ew." Burn me love. Let me hear say, "Ew, shank tank tank, ew, shank tank tank, ew." Burn me love. I just wanna see you. Shank tank, move. That's all you gotta.